Hi, I'm Alex Grieve, better known as IB Crazy, and this is the Electrifly 3.3 GHz 200 milliwatt Finch FPV system review. While there's some things I really liked about it, there are several things I really didn't like about it. But first out, what did I like about it? Well, first of all, 3.3 and 3.4 gigahertz is a brand new band FPV. That means nobody has it, or almost nobody. What this means is that you can go fly with friends or at fly-ins and not worry about somebody having your channel. If you've ever been to a race and got your video stomped on, or been to an event and been waiting an hour just to get your turn to fly because somebody was on your channel, well, guess what? This cures that problem. The other nice thing is there are very few systems on 3.3 and 3.4 gigahertz, which means the noise floor is very low. So from an external interference standpoint, this is superb. Another thing I really liked was the integration. You can put a 4-cell in and then you get a 12-volt output. So this was the easiest system I've ever used to integrate into my aircraft because I use 12 volts. And when I throttled up, I didn't get any lines in my video, which means the power system in this is great. Another thing, it's small, it's lightweight, and it works. I like the dual power switch for 50 and 200 milliwatts to select power. That's an awesome feature. The antenna's definitely bigger than 5.8 gigahertz, but definitely smaller than the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter system I'm used to using. And overall, I think the form factor is just fine. While there are many things I like about this system, there's one thing that's a definite negative. The range is incredibly short. I was only able to get out to half a mile on omnidirectional antennas. And well, the last quarter mile of that was really sketchy at best. Inside of a quarter mile, it seemed okay, but once I broke that quarter mile boundary, it was quite weak. This means it's fine for racing a multi-rotor, as few courses exceed that distance, and you'll probably be okay. But for an airplane, I needed to upgrade to a crosshair antenna mounted to my goggles to really feel comfortable about it. And while it does do pretty well flying behind trees, again, my range was really short, so the objects I dropped behind had to be pretty close. Another thing I didn't care for was, well, the price point. Granted, it's a first generation system, it is brand new, but the price point is, well, high. It's a lot higher than what we've come to expect from these types of systems. But it's not so high that it's out of reach, it's just a little overpriced for the performance you're getting. The last thing is this, dip switches. I really wish we could do away with dip switches and go with a push button. Most FPV systems are built that way, and it would be nice if this system was the same way. Granted, there are only 2 channels legal in the US, but still, guys, let's eliminate the dip switches. Or if we're only going to go with 2 channels, put 1 dip switch on it and not 4. So in conclusion, I do intend to keep using this system, especially at races and fly-ins with multiple pilots because, well, I'm impatient and I'm not really good at scheduling. So I like to have a band that's all belongs to me. So that's the reason I'll keep flying that. But outside of that, I see no other reason to fly this over any other frequency. So with that, I'm IB Crazy, and keep 'em flying.